mortal fools to the most terrifying, spectacular show on Earth. Fasten your seatbelts and hold on tight and take a ride with the Dark Carousel podcast. Welcome, mortals! Let's fucking ride! On the day say die!
Be here on the Dark Carousel. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Dark Carousel podcast. It's your hostess with the mostest, Mr. Sweets and Snacks.
Yep.
Or Stephen Arthur.
Yep.
And as you call us, as, or, sa,
Nah.
sir.
No.
Sir.
Yeah.
Other than that, guys, welcome to the Dark Carousel podcast. We are going to be doing some fun stuff today. Really excited. We're going to go over a few things before we invite our guest, McKenzie, makeup artist / actress from Laurel's House of Horrors. Guys, we've been doing a lot of Laurel's House of Horrors. Laurel's House of Horror in Laurel, Maryland. Yep. A lot of Laurel. But our sponsors, Land of Illusion in Middletown, Ohio. 6 major attractions. Middletown Haunted Trail, Temple of Terror, Dr. Psycho's Killer Clowns, Phobia, and new for 2025, Lights Out. Guys, check it out. We are open. We are officially open. We're really excited. It's been a fun year so far, an exciting year, and it's been exhausting, and for some reason, it won't stop getting hot.
Yeah. I was hoping to cool down a little bit.
But it won't.
No.
www.lateofillusion.com to get your tickets now.
.com.
And, of course, Mike from Frankenfuel has definitely fueled our lovely little brains this weekend at Land of Illusion. If you guys want to get some Frankenfuel and get freshly shot, go to frankenfuel.com/DCP to get 15% off your next purchase. Guys, I ordered 18 of those. Don't exist no more for some reason. But I also gave a lot out and, plug in the plug down there. I had to. It's good. It's so good. I even gave it to people that don't really drink energy drinks. And they got a little franked. And so did, Bob the Tool Man. That was a fun time.
You'll have to explain that one.
Yeah, we'll explain that one. That was a good time.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was a good weekend. Thank you, Frankenfuel. Thank you for Land of Illusion. I'm going to spit my gum out because you're going to hear that all the time. We're going to talk to McKenzie from House of Horror, Laurel's House of Horror, and dive deep into her little brain. And she's got some unique stuff to talk about, and I'm pretty excited because it's going to be a little bit new for us, but I think it's going to be good for us to see a different perspective, and you'll understand why if you finish this episode. Steve and I and the old lady went up to Mansfield to Blood Prison. Look at that.
Rocking the shirt.
Look at that. Rocking the shirt, dude. That was by far the best fucking 2.5 hour drive I have ever been on. Because that prison, I mean, him and I, we went through like a very small snippet of it. Mm-hmm. But this time we finally got to experience the whole prison. Dude, guys, they build their scenes in 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks.
Yep.
They go all season, and then they take it down, and they have 2 to 3 weeks to take it right back down.
Yep.
It is fucking crazy. Funny thing is about this guy. Oh, shit. Mm-hmm. Funny thing is about this guy is he didn't know we got touch passes. So Vic Amasquita, the owner of Blood Prison, upgraded our tickets to
Instant.
And the lady was like, hey, do you want touch passes? He wasn't paying attention.
I was looking around, just checking the scenery out, and we're at the counter, and I just saw her bring up these little light-up necklace things. I was like, She's like, I swear, only thing I heard is, you guys want one? I was like, okay, cool.
So he thought he was just getting a little glow necklace. I
Yeah.
thought he was in for it. So we went in. We were approached by the warden's widow, and good Lord, she looked absolutely amazing.
She palms my head like a basketball.
Yeah, yeah, same. And she like shoved me up the stairs, and then we were greeted by the scream, and we went on our ways. But it was funny because Steve just kept on getting touched, and
Yeah.
like at first he didn't like realize. He thought it was just like, it's whatever, it was an accident. But then like we got into one of the cell blocks, and we were going through these scenes, and this lady was like they're trying to manhandle him. And he turns around and he's like, do these mean something? I'm like, yeah, they're fucking touch passes. I'm dying because he was like, they were just...
Because I was reading a sign outside that says you're not supposed to touch people. And look, I found out.
Yeah, dude, there was this old lady, or if she was probably a young lady, but she had a paddle, and dude, she whooped our asses so hard. And then there was this one lady that there was like a plane scene, and she was messing with Steve and my old lady, and as soon as she approached me, dude, she throwed at me. Wham! Right in the throat, and grabbed it and threw me into like the front of this plane. Look what you did! Look what happened to them! And I'm like, oh my god, I'm dying. And then she like hit my stomach and knocked the breath out of me. But hands down, one of the coolest haunts that I have ever been to. The darkness was, excuse me, what the hell was that? The darkness was freaking amazing. But you don't need actors for that place whatsoever. But Blood Prison, and what he said, he's like, oh, we're only running like 120 tonight. Usually, what was it, like 160?
60. Yeah.
But dude, oh my God. If
It's fine to me.
every detail, they don't need a lot of detail because the
Place
prison
is so old.
It's so old and it's so big. If you guys don't know what the Mansfield,
That just sucks. They gotta break everything down, take everything up. That right
well,
there.
that's cool though because
would
it's
get
like
on my
it's going to be
nerves.
different every year.
Somewhat.
Yeah,
But
like-
even then, though, like me, after a while, I would eventually go, look, I got to build my own place.
Yo, that's the crazy part, and like I really do think that I want to go again, but I want to act. I want to act up there. I would love to get makeup wise because their makeup was phenomenal, and I just want to be in that environment, just like in a different environment, just to try it out. I know he said he didn't care if we come out there and like volunteer. I would hands down volunteer. I want to see what that environment entails because it's like, you know, we did All Hallows Eve, Terrortown. Well, now it's Cincinnati Fear Fest. Well, Cincinnati Fear Fest, is it? And their environment was kind of weird, but they didn't do their own makeup. We had to do our own. But I want to experience other people's makeups and like see how they do it and stuff. But they're wild. Those people are franked the fucked up, dude, straight up. But guys, go check it out. Ohio State Reformatory. And they have like incarceration. They have like ghost tours. They have day tours throughout the year, and it is a beautiful place. Beautiful place. And here is Mac. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the Dark Carousel. We finally did it.
Yay.
I was kind of excited because it was like I was running a little bit behind, and I was like, man, I had other things I had to do before I even had to come here. So everything kind of just worked out great. Had to calm down a little bit because your boy was a little stressed out. But you know what? Shit happens. Well, welcome. Super excited. Ready to dive into some lovely little questions and to introduce ourselves. My name's Arthur. You've been talking to me a lot on Instagram, and then sometimes Steve pops in, and it is really confusing, but he just pops in. So that's Steve, and
Thought it was hilarious.
yeah, and I'm Arthur, and you know we're the Dark Carousel. We've been doing this for quite some time, and we've talked to a lot of your guys' people. I don't know how and why it's happening that way, but we just said, fuck it, let's just do the whole house, you know?
Why not?
Yeah, and it's,
At this point,
we have to. I mean, it's like, why not now? I mean, I know we got like Miss Laurel coming up, we have Buckshot coming up, and I think one more.
And
And Jada Nicole.
yeah,
really-
Jaden.
And then, of course, you know, Dinwiddie, he's always down to be back on.
Oh,
so.
yeah, so that's going to happen. But other than that, let's start this lovely little show. We'll start off with who you are, what haunted house you're in, what you do, and what got you started into this lovely monstrosity.
Awesome. My name is Mac or MacFX. I am a haunter and makeup artist at Laurel's House of Horror. I'm coming up on my third or fourth.
One of
third,
those.
one of them. And I have been on the makeup team for all of those years. I started out at Laurel's House of Horror when I was still pretty fresh to the Maryland area. I'm originally from Florida. I was pretty much born and raised in Florida. So,
What
you
part
know,
of what part of
Laurel's
what part of Florida?
Pensacola.
Okay, cool,
Mm.
awesome.
Yeah, so Laurel's my family, my home. It's something that kind of kept me in Maryland. If I didn't have Laurel, I'd probably be back in Florida by now.
Yeah, absolutely. So, in what moment did you start to realize that? Did you? How old were you when you first started working at Laurel's House of Horror?
I was 16. Of
16. Wow.
mhm.
So, what got you interested in joining this haunt industry?
So it's something that I have always kind of wanted to do. I grew up with very spooky parents. I grew up in a very horror friendly household. So naturally we'd see a bunch of stuff about haunts, but the area that I was in didn't have many haunts at all. I think we had one that ran out of a still active movie theater for 2 nights, and then that was it.
Oh,
That was the closest thing I got.
okay.
So I always had this like love and admiration for haunts. And then when I got up here, I was actually at school and one of my friends was wearing a Laurel's House of Horror shirt. And I was like, oh, hey, what's that? Like, is that a haunted house? And he was like, yeah. If you want to come volunteer, our dress rehearsal for Halfway to Halloween was literally the next day.
Oh
And he was like,
shit.
if you want to come volunteer, literally just show up. They'll put your name down and we'll get you somewhere. And I immediately jumped on an opportunity and I showed up the next day.
Wow.
And I just don't think I've left since.
Now, when that's cool. And that's the man. That is a random thing, because it's like, all right, let's do it, and then all of a sudden you're in it. So when you
Yeah.
first stepped foot into like behind the scenes of a haunt, which is probably the first time you've ever been into the back of a,
hmm
what was your first initial feeling?
That was my first time being in a haunted house at all. I had never been through a haunted house as a customer. Nothing, never even seen one in person before.
Mm,
So when I stepped backstage and I saw the giant makeup room and all the costumes and all of these like working parts, and all the people like, you put your costume on, why aren't you in makeup yet, like and then all
yeah.
the like moving parts, I fell in love with it. I in school dabbled in theater, but I was a dance kid growing up.
Mm,
So I had experience, being behind the scenes at a big, production, but just not at this level.
yeah.
So it was shocking to me.
And it's like, I know that feeling because I remember, I've went to haunted houses like my whole entire life,
Mhm.
but the haunt that I worked at was called Chambers of Horror, here in Middletown, and it's not Chambers of Horror no more. It's owned by different people. And I've never been behind the scenes, and I'm like, man, I'm terrified of haunted houses. I don't want to deal with
Yeah.
any of this shit. So when I first went, my brother was like, yo, dude, Arthur, like, won't you just, you want to work tonight? And I was like 13, 14 years old. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And I always
Yeah.
loved the fact of Halloween. And I know, like, with him, him and my brother used to hang out all the time and terrorize me when I was a kid. Even though it scared me, I still loved it because I was always
Mhm.
expecting it. And like, just going behind the scenes, and I'm like, man, this place looks like shit. And I'm walking through this, and I'm like, oh
Mhm.
my god, this is cool. And then I worked my first night as an actor, and I was just like, whoa, dude, this is fun. And like at the
Yeah.
time, I think I was only getting paid like $15-$20, but then it's like, I don't care about that $15-$20, but this is
No, yeah.
Oh,
this is
don't lie.
nice.
You love that money because you were running to the gas station later at night, buy your energy drinks and candy.
Yeah, I was,
Yeah.
and asked my brother to buy me some cigarettes because I was underage.
Already a haunter at spirit.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's just prank myself with heart attack drinks. But I was loved it, and just that feeling itself was just one of those things where I'm like, wow, this. I didn't realize that it was going to be a game changer.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
Um, but what got you? So, when you first started, did you start off as an actress or a makeup artist?
So I started off as a scare actor, and I've always loved makeup even before the haunt sphere. I always just like doing little makeup room like looks in my room and stuff. And I continued to do that. And after I played my first ever clown character, I got home and I was inspired to do some clown makeup. And almost immediately, Mandy, you guys know Mandy,
Oh
she
yeah.
reached out to me and she was like, "Hey, we have an apprenticeship spot open. Would you like to join as an apprentice?" And again, I immediately jumped on that opportunity um, because I knew that it was going to change my perspective on makeup forever. And
Yes.
at that point, I didn't even know the level that Laurel was at because I had worked one event, you
Mhm.
know? So I was just like, oh, it's something fun. And then I got into it and I was like, oh, these are professionals. Like this is a very professional setting. And
Yes.
it was kind of hard to adjust at first because I did not realize how like serious everyone took the art of it. I was like, oh, makeup for a haunted house? That sounds like something to do on the weekends, you know?
Yeah, but look where a lot of these people go after they learn how to properly,
Hmm.
use airbrush techniques and how to blend the colors and how to actually use the colors correctly. Fuck, I've been
Hmm.
doing it for 6 years, but I all my stuff is just self-taught, and I
Hmm.
just watching and seeing like Mandy's stuff or other people's art, and I'm like, man, dude, I know I can do so much better. I never had a
Hmm.
mentor, so I just like everything's self-taught, and I want one. Oh fuck yeah, I would want one. But it's the journey that we all go through and how we go upon doing things. But to have Mandy as a mentor,
Yeah, it
super
was
jealous.
it was shocking because like I said at first I didn't know what weight the name Mandy Gibson held until I was at a face painting convention with her. And every time I'd go to someone and be like, "Yeah, I'm Mandy Gibson's apprentice," they'd be like, "Oh, like that's a title." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"What?" I share a
Who
hotel
the
room with her. Like, what do
fuck
you
is
mean?
she?
Yeah.
Like, you-
Who is this woman?
Wow, dude, that's so cool. So, as a makeup artist at the House of Horrors, a House of Horror, what really like just inspired you the most to continue with this process?
Um, I think the people around me, every single person on my makeup team has so many strengths, and everyone has their own very unique style when it
Right.
comes to makeup. Mandy taught us the basics, but we all took it in our own directions, and we all have our own personal style and what we like and we don't like. Oh, I just dropped my water. Um, so just seeing, the chair ahead of me, Brooke, her makeup is so clean and so beautiful. She can pull off a pretty scary look so well. And sometimes I'll literally I'll lean over and like look at the face she's doing. She's like, "Oh, that cheekbone's pretty." And I'll do it. Or like when Mandy does my makeup, I'll look in the mirror and be like, "Oh, I see how she did that," and then
Yeah.
do it on my model.
Yeah.
So it's genuinely like just the people around me a lot of the time when I'm doing a makeup and I have no idea what to do, I'll pull up Alejo's Instagram
Yeah.
and I'll just find a picture to use as inspiration. And then through that, I've created, myself a lot of looks that people have loved and people have also used. And it's like the the joy of being able to take in this knowledge, but also teach it.
Mhm.
Teaching is something that keeps me extremely motivated. It's something that I would love to get to the level of Mandy Gibson where I have, an apprentice one day. That'd be my dream.
Yeah. I think if you keep doing it, keep pushing it, it will
Mhm.
happen. I wouldn't say if, because if is just I think it's just a fake word, because I mean anything's possible. You can literally do anything you want and make a dream out of it. And I
Mhm.
think in general, you really can just keep pushing yourself to those dreams, because eventually it's gonna happen. And you know, I see your work. Your work is phenomenal. I mean, fuck, it's great because it's like seeing just all your guys'.
Do you know who she's trained by?
I know, like, and that's the crazy part. Like,
Does she
You know
know
who my teacher is?
Yeah. Does she know who she's trained by?
like that's crazy.
I'm learning.
Oh man, like, your guys' makeup is so phenomenal, and just like the amount of details that you guys do. And just like the short amount of time that you guys are open at night just blows me away. And it's like, man, I just love your guys' work. Do you? I know you said you still act, right?
Yes, I do.
So do you have a character name?
I do. I have a couple. I started in clowns, like most haunters. And through that, I made my character Rocket the Clown. She was my first kind of more well-rounded, like had a specific look every night kind of character. And then when I got moved out of clown and I got put in asylum, I was like, okay, I have to think of something else. I don't want to just act Rocket the Clown in a different spot. Like if I'm gonna be here for a while, I'm gonna make the most out of it.
Yeah.
And that is where Patient Six was born.
Mm.
And Patient Six is the character you see with the mouth like
Yes.
guard thing and all of the. And I think at this point now, Patient Six is kind of my more known character. So yeah, I have Patient Six, and then I play one of Alejo's characters named Barth a lot, and Barth is a clown as well. But he is the junkiest little man you'll ever meet. I have a little like those kids like wagons.
Oh yeah,
You can just set a bunch of children. That is just full of random junk, things that customers throw in there, little toys, like yada yada. My favorite thing to do as Barth is sometimes they'll let me out into queue line, and I'll go up to Miss Laurel, like, Miss Laurel, I have something for you, and I'll wheel it over, and I'll just start chucking like books and toys and things behind me, and I'm like, hold on, I will find it, I promise. Just destroying queue line. There's a reason they only let me out there sometimes.
Yeah. So actually, speaking of that, like, what type of actor would you say you are? Would you be more of a in-your-face type of, scare actor, or are you more of a, I'm gonna sit back and watch you, or are you like what type of actor are you? Grimy, nasty, clean, not afraid to do shit.
Literally, it definitely depends on the character I'm playing. Rocket the Clown is the kind of, punky, very like in your face, kind of like, holier than thou-esque character, where she is very like aggressive, like And then Patient Six, I describe her as anxiety anger. So when I'm acting as Patient Six, it's very kind of victim mentality, but I will still, get my scare, and then I'll kind of retreat back, and I'll, continue kind of rounding out my scene.
Right.
That's something I love as an actor, is creating a small scene that people walk into.
Oh yeah.
Like they're walking into something that, they're maybe not supposed to, or yada yada. And then getting that like big pop scare with our trigger, it always works in my opinion.
I love that. Yeah, I've discovered many characters because I have far too many. All the way to a clown, to a monkey, to anything that can really just pop up in my mind. I can put it into perspective as much as I can. I've learned to do stuff that I don't like to do, but I love it. I've learned this year the monkey. The monkey is a big thing at our haunt right now, and I bought the costume when I was at Trans World, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck am I gonna do with a monkey? I've never done a monkey. I've always been a stalker, or a clown, or a complete psychopath, or a person that is just completely just out of his fucking mind, that has terrible tics and he can't get rid of it, or he's just violent. Like there's so many different personalities that happens, but this monkey was so. I looked at that costume for like 6 months, and I'm like, what the? Ooh, like, do I carry a banana? Like, what do I fucking do?
You have
And
to get the
then
symbols.
see, that's the funny thing. I tried so hard not to get the symbols whatsoever because that is so cliche. It's so everybody's like,
Mm.
"Oh, dude, monkey symbols, dude, that's so great." I tried so hard to avoid it.
But the park owner said, "Nope, I'm buying you some."
Yes. And I said, "Fuck, all right, whatever."
Mhm.
But people love it because I'm not
Mhm.
just a normal monkey. I don't make sounds. I'm awkward. I make people feel
Mm.
so fucking awkward because all I
Yeah.
do was shuffle and smile. And that's it.
How you gonna smile now? Because the dog ate your teeth.
I have multiple teeth.
Oh, so you've been wearing other teeth? I thought you just been wearing
No,
your blings.
I only wear those grill ones one time. Cause,
You ain't wearing them no more because the dog chewed them.
yeah, but
His dog eats everything.
not no more. But just in general, like, what is one character you would love to bring to life, but you're kind of uncomfortable about doing it?
Ooh.
What would you not do, but you kind of want to? This is when the questions start getting a little hard.
Yes. I find it hard playing feminine, scary characters like Miss Laurel, for example. She is very scary, but she keeps her feminine energy. She keeps the like, oh,
Yeah.
you know. For me, I'm either going full gremlin or I'm damn near in drag if I'm scary.
I feel it.
Um like, patient 6, she
Mhm.
has the big mouth thing and she drools everywhere. They have to literally like actively think about the costumes they're giving me because I will drool on them
Right.
and it will be gross. And just that's like full gremlin, and patient 6 is very manly as a character. Um so something I would love to do is get more feminine and bring more feminine energy in. It's just for me, when I feel scary, I puff out my shoulders. I get big.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. Now, do you ever, like, when you get locked into your character, do you ever start getting a like walk technique? Like, because for some reason with like all my characters have different walks. I
Mhm.
either have a limp, I hunch, or like with the monkey, I do a little shuffle, but I hunch my neck and it hurts my fucking
Mhm.
back. I
Oh yeah.
always discover different ways to approach myself.
Mhm.
What is one of your favorite styles of body language do you love to use?
I love using, and it's kind of hard to describe. It's almost like a gangster lean.
Yeah.
With my first character Rocket, she had those big clown pants on, and I would hold them like I was sagging my pants almost,
Yeah.
and I would walk with so much swagger and so much like I'm walking into this room and I own it now.
Yeah.
So like that amount of like confidence and like when I walk into a room is fun. On the complete opposite end, patient 6, when I'm like really deep into patient 6, I hunch over and I hold my stomach like I'm hurting. And even I'll have like a almost like an idle emote when I'm in patient 6 where I'm just like, "Ugh."
Yeah, I know that feeling. I
Yeah.
bulldozed throw up into my mouth before on accident, but
Mhm.
I will never. But that's so speaking of getting locked in. So I don't know if you ever heard it or whatever, but I was locked into one of my characters one day, and he had like a really bad tick where he had to have a water bottle in his pocket, and if he didn't have this water
Mhm.
bottle, it was like my tick. It was like my thing. This
Mhm.
was very important to me, so I always made sure that my comfort was just there.
Yeah.
It was
Mhm.
always there, and I was locked in. I just saw kitty litter, didn't know what it was, ended up being throw up. I just got went in my mouth. Didn't know what it was. What is the most disgusting thing you've done as a character?
Ooh. I don't know if this is the most disgusting thing I've done, but it's the most disgusting thing I've ever taken a part of. So I was playing Barth one night, and when Alejo plays Barth, he is 9 times out of 9 times barefoot. He's barefoot. He walks the entire haunt. He walks outside. And I was like, well, if they're trusting me with this character, I'm going to be lore accurate. So I went barefoot.
Gator feet.
And
That's what I call people that don't wear shoes or the Hans. They call them gator feet.
accurate. And I was walking around outside in queue and inside the building all night, just walking back and forth. There were puddles and grossness. By the end of the night, my feet were black, like bad. I also cut my toe, so one of them was a little bit bloody. It was extremely lore accurate for Barth. And I went to the break room and I got some little bags of chips. And I went out to our queue and I just sat down and started eating them with my feet. And it's funny, I did that when there was like 5 people in the queue line, maybe. It was like towards the end of the night. There was no real like big groups out there or anything. I was lucky just doing that for fun. And then our other queue line actor, Bailey Buckshot, came over. And he was like, those look tasty. I was like, yeah. And I just stuck my foot out, and he took it from in between my toes and ate it.
Oh. You just don't think.
No.
You can't, because once you think, you're not locked in no more. That's the problem. Have you ever gotten in trouble haunting?
Have I? Yeah, probably when I ate the things from my toes in the queue line. They weren't too happy about that. They were like, if you get sick, you're not coming back. Like,
I don't care.
yeah, and almost every time I play Barth, I end up barefoot after being explicitly told not to go barefoot.
Now, what's one of the most memorable nights you've ever had at Laurel?
Ooh. I think my most memorable night, I think it's not really like a super like haunty story. It's just kind of like a very sweet, kind of wholesome story. I was haunting one night and I was playing Patient 6, so I had the gross mouse thing and everything. And my actor manager, Evan, came through and he was like, he finally caught me because I wasn't in my scene. And he was like, I've been looking for you. And I'm like, ta-da, you found me. And he was like, there was this girl, like 9-year-old girl, who just got dropped off by her parents at the haunt.
Oh my god.
And they expected her to go through alone for some reason, and she was talking to staff about how like scared she is to go through. Didn't have any friends with her or anything. And Evan came and found me, and he was like, will you take your break and come walk through with this girl? And I was like, absolutely, I will do that. So I went out to Q Line. I found her fully in character this whole time. I didn't break character at all, because that's something our actor managers really drive into us, is like, when you're walking around trying to find the bathroom in the middle of the night, you're not breaking character. If you like, you're in character no matter what until the last person's out of the building and probably home.
Absolutely.
So I was in character this whole time, and I think she had a more fun experience because the actors were actually interacting with her.
Yeah.
They weren't just rah and then back. They were having a conversation with me in character the whole time. So then I got to involve her in it. I got to involve her in like the actual acting of scare acting. And I think she really, really enjoyed that. And it was just a fun time.
That's the best thing about moments like that. I know I had a moment this weekend where I don't know where this clown came from, but he made me a mask and had a mustache on it, and I'm like, well, dude, I'm a clown. All right, let's do a clown, but let's not do an evil clown. Let's stay away from that. Make him look kind of just weird looking, have the hollow eyes, and let's call him Tim the Tool Man. And he is all about
That was Bob.
No, Bob's trademarked. Bob. Oh no, it is Bob the Tool Man. It is Bob the Tool Man, but it's not Bob the Builder. That's trademarked. We can't do that. I argued with motherfuckers because I was like, yo, listen, I can't use that.
Just Bob the Carpenter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cover all your
dude.
bases.
So I was walking through and I had this tool bag filled because I stopped at like Goodwill and bought a bunch of like Halloween toys, stuffed them in there,
Mhm.
stuffed animals and stuff. And I was just pointing out like OSHA violations or telling them that I'm a health inspector, but I'm gonna shut this bitch down or something stupid. I'm just going off the walls. I'm yelling. I'm honestly doing it for the actors because I love
Mhm.
interacting with them. Well, there's this
Oh,
one.
yeah.
There's this one little kid, completely petrified of me. Did not want nothing to do with me. Yeah, you do. You want everything to do with me. But I'm going to approach you in a nice way. So I walked up and he was holding his mom and I said, listen, dude, pick a number through 1 through 10. And he wouldn't talk. So I have a speaker on the back of like my pants, and for some reason, my speaker fell into my pants, so I was literally talking out of my ass. And so I turned around and I blew like a little fart sound and I like acted like it was funny, so it made him laugh a little bit. So then he picked a number and I counted with him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He stopped at 6. And I said, cool, add 6 more. So I was like, all right, dude, let's treat him like how I treat my kids.
Mhm.
And he counted up to 6 again and then counted 6 more. He's like, 12. I said, cool, I got something for you. So I pulled out this. It was a candy corn gnome stuffed animal. And that just, he loved every moment of that. So now he's interested. And then that's when I was like, cool, I'm going to put you in my van now. And it's like, I got your ass. And the parents thought everything in general just so funny because I'm interacting with him, making sure that he's safe. And that right there was like, cool, I got that moment. I know he's had moments with like a bunch of kids where they are just like scared and stuff, and just want to make sure that they know that like this is not a scary place. This is a fun place. Yes, we're meant to be scary, but we're also there to entertain you and make sure that everything's fine.
Yeah.
And that's the best part.
I like to keep like little pieces of candy behind my little desk that I have in my scene.
Yeah.
And if I see a kid is just like struggling being there, I'll give him a little piece of candy. I'll shoot him a
Yeah. But when you have those like little 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds, you just want to give them a
Mhm.
mousetrap to the fingers. 'Cause 6, 7. 6, 7. I hate it so bad. Oh my god. Look,
You're
come on.
skibbity. You're skibbity.
Yeah,
You're
come on, dude.
skibbity.
Dab me up, bro. Come on, dab me up, man. I'm like,
You're not even scary, bro. You're not even scary.
yeah. You fucking wait until I clock out, motherfucker. Now, so you did say, I remember I seen your story and when you messaged us and stuff. What's it mean to be like a minor when it came to working in this industry?
Yeah. For me, I had I think a different experience because as soon as I said I'm 16, everyone was like, "Whoa!" And still to this day, even being 18, closer to 19, I still get called the minor
Right.
at my haunt.
Right.
My Mandy will introduce me as a minor, and I have to go behind her and be like, "Hey, just for reference, not actually a minor. If that's an issue for anybody, you know." Um, but obviously, I didn't have, you know, any haunt experience, so I didn't know that this industry could hold some of the people that it does hold.
Yes.
And kind of not being able to pick out who are the safe adults in this situation and who are
Yes.
the people that I maybe need to not speak to as much. So just kind of knowing, you know, listen to the people that have been there for the longest. If they say, hey, that person isn't very safe for you to talk to, don't talk to them.
Right.
9 times out of 10, they're just looking out for you.
Yeah.
And they just want your well-being to be safe, and they want you to have as much fun as you can there. And you're not going to have fun if you have people like that, you know, ruining your experience.
Right. And it's a lot harder because like in the haunt industry, you're gonna have a different variety of ages and stuff. You know, you have, 18-year-old kids that are finally able to run their life freely without having an actual adult doing things that's experience adulting, like 10 plus years and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, with like your age and stuff, I mean, you're just learning. You're gonna learn so much more and then on until you're just finally like, this is me, this is who I am. Because
Yeah.
I mean, you're 18. I mean, fuck, wait until you're in your 30s. Wait until you're in your 40s. Your knowledge, you're going to fucking...
What are you trying to say over there?
You're going to fucking hate people. It gets worse.
I bet, yeah.
That's really cool to look at it like that. Now, another question I wanted to ask that's like really important into this haunted industry. How does it feel to be a female actress in this haunted industry?
Oh, wow. It has its ups and it definitely has its downs. In the actual haunt itself, a lot of people have that immediate flirt response
Mm-hmm.
with scary things. And being a woman, it could be amplified times 10. Um, and especially being a minor, you can't, wear a sign on your chest that says, I'm 16, please don't flirt with me.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to navigate, like, yes, this person was creepy with me. No, they shouldn't have said that. If, it's bad enough to contact your management, but just knowing that it wasn't directly directed towards you.
Yeah.
Um, and that it's probably just the makeup and the costume you have on, or the building, or someone trying to be funny,
Yeah.
or someone trying to show out for their friends or whatever. It's, specifically speaking as a minor, when I was a minor, it seems like customers were even more disgusting to me back then. And it did really get to me. It was really scary walking into that building and being like, what, dad is going to say some weird,
Shit. Yeah.
offhand comment to me. But, like I said, I had to realize that, like, it wasn't me they were talking to. It was patient 6 and she can handle it. It's fine.
Yeah, and like I've noticed throughout the years of haunting and all the horror stories I've heard, and mainly on honestly towards like females and stuff, there are some fucking disgusting people out there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, men get it as well as like some women do terrible things to men. But it's just it seems more known of these guys just trying to get anything. Doesn't matter, and it's gross. And it's like you're going out there and you're not trying to be flirty. You're not trying to show a lot of skin or anything. You're just going out there doing your job, having fun, and enjoying it being a haunter. And what's crazy about being like doing this for like 20 plus years, the stories that I've heard, and it's like, this is so disgusting. Like, what could we do to prevent any of this? Like, how do we go upon, fixing this situation? Because, there's situations where, customers would wait after hours for these people to leave. And then, terrible things would happen. And we have to protect our people, man or woman, and like it's very important to make sure that like, females are okay, males are okay. We got to make sure that our peers are okay. That's the most important thing, and communication is the biggest thing.
I'm okay.
You are okay. You are great. and it's just nice to like hear that itself, because you hear it from a different gender and how they go through things. And I know damn well there's a lot more out there that have some terrible stories, but it's the people that really hold it together and it's strong through it. And he's like, you know what? I'm a badass, like, motherfucker. Like Danny Panic, for instance. She's a badass motherfucker.
Oh my God, I love her.
She is badass. If not, she looks like one of those people that would knock the fuck out, like just punch somebody, like, get the fuck off me.
Terrifying.
Yeah, it's completely terrifying. But it means a lot to like us in general, because we really respect people that are not afraid to be themselves. Man, female, minor, adult. You do it. You go out there, you put on a hell of a show. You eat chips from a Blackfoot that has been walking around for, Sometimes you have to eat that Blackfoot chip.
Sometimes you got to eat kitty litter.
Sometimes you got to eat kitty litter. And just the amount of energy that you put yourself through all this. I don't even call it.
Sometimes you got to eat egg.
We won't talk about the egg. That was disgusting. Well, we'll talk about that. We were doing a podcast one time. We had a group of guys on the show. It was like 4 or 5 years ago, and
there's 4 or 5 of us all crammed in the studio. we had the black lights. We were all painted up in our clown stuff, acting stupid.
Trying to start the show.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They were like, I was like, well, like,
We were trying to get views that night because we were live, and we were trying to get views. So we were like telling everybody, like in the chat, hey, tell everybody, get on here. You get this number, we're going to do this. You get this number, we're going to do that. You know, that shit. They get the bright idea. He goes, go upstairs and get an egg. Okay. So one of our buddies, he goes up, he goes, watch this. He goes, I'll feed him like a baby bird. He cracks the egg, puts it in his mouth, and then we like hold him back. And I'm sitting here like broadcasting, like commentating. They hold him down, and like, dude, like just out of his mouth, drops it into his mouth.
it's the things you do for love.
Dude,
It's the things. It's for the culture. I say.
people were eating it up.
But
I bet.
it's just the journey that you go through. I'm not proud of the journey. I'm never proud of the journey. And like when I talk to normal people and they're like, you really need to go get some fucking help. You really do. Yeah, I know. That's
Little do they know, the help is the haunted house.
precisely. That's the biggest thing. Now, since you've worked in this lovely haunt community, what have you learned so far? Leadership, confidence.
Oh, absolutely. Before anything I've done at the haunt, if I would have even thought about getting on here and filming a podcast, I'd call myself crazy.
Right.
Especially with my camera on, I've been more comfortable in front of a camera with no makeup on since haunting, which is kind of funny because half my job is in makeup. But, you know, just being a leader, a teacher, I had an experience recently where I was painting someone from another haunt, and he, like, didn't have specific character requests, but he was like, this is the kind of vibe of my characters, you can have fun. And I was doing things on his face and doing his hands and everything. Behind me, one of our actors was doing their first ever airbrush face ever. They've only ever based before. So I was talking to him, talking him through my makeup process, showing him things that I was doing while actively trying to do his makeup. And behind me, I had the actor asking me how to do things, asking me for techniques on things, so I'm actively teaching both of these people at the same time. And I was sitting in my scene and I was like, oh my God, I actually like handled that situation like a human. I would have never been able to if I didn't have the confidence in myself to be able to teach two people at the same time, and the knowledge to be able to even teach in the first place.
Yeah. Ain't that wild? Just imagine 5 years ago. Never imagine that, the knowledge that you're getting and the experiencing that you're doing. And you're like, when you're in school, you're like, dude, fuck this teacher. Fuck
Yeah.
you. You ain't, I don't care. I ain't doing this test on Friday because on Friday, I don't get to see you for 2 whole days. But now here you are teaching these people how to be a human and enjoy themselves, not just painting them up and making them look scary. I mean, you're bonding with these people to express who you are as a person. You get to express yourself by painting them, and then you get to entertain with them while you're scaring the shit out of other people, the people that you can't fucking stand.
It's so fun when I do someone's makeup and then I'm in the same section as them, where they're under me in asylum, and I get to place them, and I look on their scares and I'm like, wow, I did that makeup. Wow. I'm watching it in action. It's one of my favorite feelings.
Oh, I love that feeling. I love that feeling. For the fact that like you just like you kind of feel like I did it. I did it.
Yeah.
I did this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and it's just like a little pat on the shoulder. Like, you know what?
You got a little checklist. I did that.
I did that. Fuck all y'all. I did this. You can't say
Yeah.
nothing. Now, if you could define the haunt's visual DNA in 3 adjectives, what would they be and why?
Laurel specifically, or any haunt?
Laurel.
Oh, haunt couture. Is that technically 2?
We'll consider that one.
He'll let it slide.
Yeah, we'll let it slide.
Okay. Glitter. And I don't know if it technically counts, but innovative,
Okay.
innovation.
Why?
We, as Laurel, I think are
They love glitter, damn it. Now accept it and move on.
we love glitter, and I've literally been on TikTok and seen people be like, I've seen haunts that use glitter, and I'm just like, am I the problem? Like, are they talking about us? Like, what's so wrong with glitter? It's awesome. Like, and bringing white highlights. I know Mandy talked about it a little bit on her
Yes.
episode with you guys, bringing white highlights into the haunt industry just as a whole. Literally, while I was doing that makeup on the person from another haunt, I was setting down some white highlights, and he was like, I genuinely would have never thought of that.
The white
And
highlights.
white highlights, and I'm sitting there and I'm like,
The
I was taught
legendary.
from day one, like I literally did a makeup one time. Mandy was like, there's no white highlights on it, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, come back to my chair. Like, for me that's just so base knowledge, but I would have never expected that that was like, something that we started.
Yeah. Yeah, the white highlights. Man, that is a huge question. That is it's just like I don't know where to put them. No idea. Mandy tried to explain it. I'm more of a hands-on kind of person, and she was like, "Yeah, just find the points." And I'm like, "My face is round. All right, I may be like face blind or whatever, but I don't see no fucking points on these people's faces."
Yeah. No, I mean, when she was talking about the points and how to do that, I mean, I understood what she was talking about. It's just the fact of remembering it at that moment when you're doing it.
Yeah.
But no, but when she was explaining it to us, I understood exactly what she was talking about, and that's the key thing of knowing the human anatomy. That's the big thing too. That really helps you bring out that stuff. So I understood. So
Yeah.
I don't know about him,
It's
but
it's definitely hard when you're cut down to 3-minute faces and you're like, I have this whole checklist of things I need to, contour. I need to build up the colors, put white highlights. I need to maybe do some water based on this face. Oh, I forgot to do something on their forehead. God damn it. Like,
Yeah.
it's I kind of have made like a mental checklist of myself of like, okay, I look at the person, does this person need to be based out? No, that's a step I can skip.
Yeah.
Okay, let me start on the contouring. Where are they? If they're in theater, it's very sharp, very like I said, haunt couture. If they're in asylum, I can have fun and I can make them gross and like goblin-y.
Yeah.
And something that also helps is having a set of preloaded, very easy faces that you have. Um, there are some for me that like when I am cut down to 2-3 minute makeups, everyone's getting one color on their face and they're getting very similar things, but I'm gonna knock out those faces in under 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I just kind of have that like Rolodex in my head of like, okay, theater, that's an immediate. Like I know a cheekbone, an eye, what to do with the lips, and at least something on the forehead, and they're good.
Yeah, I love that. I like that the fact that you have a little check list in your head. Mine is more of like a cup of like beans that just float around, and I don't know why I said bean. It's more like I don't know why.
you making some coffee over here?
Let's just erase
hungry.
just erase what I just said. So it's like like the the bingo balls when they're spinning. And then you just
There's
pick
something
them.
spinning over there.
There ain't much right now. It's been a long day. It's just okay. So just in general, I am so discombobulated and so I wouldn't say unorganized. It's just because like our makeup.
It's because you're on crack half the time. Yeah.
Franken fuel.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. We'll go with that.
Lots of
We
Franken
don't
fuel.
call it that anymore.
Yeah.
It's fucking like. Have you ever been franked before,
Yeah,
dude?
see?
Shit's wild. I don't know. No, just in general, like I know in the past like 6 years I've been doing the makeup. I've learned so much by watching other people do things online, watching pictures and stuff. Pictures, not pictures. And I'm very happy for it. I know I can do better, but I am also just a very grungy makeup artist. I don't really have.
He's a slacker. Don't listen to him. I told Mandy about this. You gotta think. You guys, like Mandy was saying, you guys have sessions throughout the year. You guys try to get together. You guys try to have little classes, stuff like that. That's good. He doesn't get to do that. His main time is during haunt season when he really gets to do that. Even though, yes, here at my house, I do have the 2 studios. The studios that we're in now are doing the show, but we also have the studio where we do make masks and we paint and stuff like that. I tell him all the time, like, dude, during the off season, you and your lady come over here if you guys want to work on facial stuff or airbrush, whatever, if you guys need to do that. I mean, to keep things. But do they ever do it?
I just don't think I'm a good enough artist. That's my biggest thing. That's just self-doubt.
But and I definitely understand that. In the beginning, I had to drag myself to makeup boot camps because I'm just like, I'm not at the level that everybody else is. Like, there's no point, yada yada. But after a while, Mandy really simplified it with face charts as well. We would just sit there with pieces of paper and practice the same things for a day. And, after that, you get to do it on a face. It's so much easier. You do it on your 3rd face of the season. It's a lot easier. It's almost second nature at that point, So it really, for me, it was just repetition and being able to understand, I'm very big on anatomy. I'm also a very big, body nerd, if that makes sense.
Yep.
But, just taking someone's specific anatomy and just popping out a face. For me, speed was something that I wanted to work on a lot. And something that I kind of pride myself on being good at is getting a fast face done.
Same.
I remember one time, Josh Woods, actually, I'm dropping his name. He was over at the haunt and we were fake bickering at each other, and I was doing makeup and he was like, okay, then do a face in under 10 minutes. And I was like, challenge accepted, Josh Wood. You don't know who you're talking to right now, do you? So I'm sitting there and I get my actor. I do a face and a neck in literally under 2 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And I send her out and I'm like, stop the timer, Josh. Oh, well, what's the time on it?
Yeah, I would be like, all right, challenge accepted. And then 30 minutes later, I'm still struggling. It's like, all right, hold up. Let me add this vein real quick. I got you. No, I've gotten a lot faster and I'm getting better at it. But our haunt has we have 200 plus people we have to do, and we only have 8 people. And it does get stressful at times. And there's times where I'm just like, okay, here we go.
Actually, you're at 199 because you don't have to do this face.
True that. 199, but we never did his face. You always wear a mask.
Don't get me wrong, once in a blue moon, if I forget to bring my eye stuff, I'll have you guys airbrush my eyes and my mouth real quick. But
question: what type of brush do you use?
I use an Iwata.
Yeah. Sorry. Are you using the Eclipse?
I think it's an Eclipse. Honestly, I got that airbrush. It was a random Hobby Lobby purchase when I first started, and that thing has been my workhorse.
Yes.
She has been through hell and back and somehow still shoots paint out. I love her to death.
Yeah. Yeah, I love my Iwata.
Can I just get you some new seals?
Yeah, get some new seals.
As good as new.
Yep, new I love it. I love my Iwata. I just got my Iwata to work again. Thank God. That thing was clogged. But I had it searched. Right. Now, one of the biggest questions I love to ask, which you probably already know what I'm about to ask. What does haunting mean to you, and why?
Haunting for me is home. Like I said, it's something that I've wanted to do since I was a child. It is, a lot of time what gets me out of bed some days. It's, even outside of haunt stuff, just my haunt friends. I literally, I dropped out of high school pretty quickly after being up here. So I had nothing. And the haunt was the only thing that, like I said, got me out of bed, got me out of the house, got me friends. I met my partner at the haunt, actually. And today, the 30th, is our 1-year anniversary.
Let's go! Happy
um,
anniversary.
thank you. So, yeah, like literally almost everything I have in my life is because of haunt. It's everything to me.
Good. Sorry, I had to do a funny, awkward moment right there. Like
Good.
good.
Yes.
Very good. Nice.
Perfect.
That's perfect because in general, like, it is a life, and it's more
Mhm.
than just life. It's like it's a heartbeat. It's what keeps us
Mhm.
going every single day. And a lot of people don't understand that because it's like it's not scary no more. It's the
Mhm.
art behind it. It's the journey
Yeah.
behind it. It's the people that you meet. It's the bad people that you meet. It's the
Mhm.
lessons that you learn. It's the failures that you mistaken. It's the stuff that you do and something that you love. And guess what? I don't give a fuck what you think. I love this shit. I love
Oh
this shit.
yeah.
This shit.
Mhm.
I've met so many people and we've talked to so many people, and each and every one of you guys have really showed so much real true heart in being a haunter. That is what a haunter is. Not just be like, well, I just like to dress up and be scary. Okay,
Yeah.
and then like what else?
Yeah.
And thanks
Well,
for the
It's
story.
like, are you even?
and
Yeah.
I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. I will put somebody on blast if they ever come on the podcast and they give me that answer. They're fucked. They are.
Pull up a clip right now. Pull up
Yeah,
the receipts.
I
Let's judge the
I
acting.
will literally put them on blast, and I will put it on Spotify and all the major platforms because like this is something that is passionate towards us. And
Mhm.
it's not just about putting a mask on or just doing a few faces and stuff. It's the journey that you go on.
Yeah.
It's the
I
experience.
I have gone to places that I genuinely would never imagine because of haunting. Here
Yeah.
is one of them. Again, I would have never imagined being on a podcast and having questions like tailored to me and everything. I'm like, oh, well, oh my God, I'm a celebrity. Um, being on the news multiple
Mhm.
times in like a for real news station at Fox News, like seeing all of the big cameras on the tracks and the newscasters doing their thing and like it's it's insane. It felt like a haunt production.
Yeah.
um you'll start to make connections throughout your non-haunt life and haunt life.
Yep.
And that was a really cool one, just be there and being like, wow, all these moving parts, and it feels like I'm about to like suit up and do makeup.
Yeah. Like, man, I am a cool person. I'm a
And
somebody. I love
I am
that.
the goat. Yeah, who would have thought?
And that's cool. And like it just builds self confidence, and
Hmm.
you learn to just say, he's like, I don't care what anybody says. I love who I am. I'm enough for myself, and I'm ready to kick this world's ass.
I've
And
had many people be like, "Oh, like what do you do for a living?" Like, "Oh, just miss a haunt night for a night and come like do this." And I'm like, "Absolutely not. First of
no,
all,
no,
girl, I've got a paycheck to worry about. I'm not missing a single night of this.
mm-mm.
And second of all, this is home. Why would I want to leave to go do something I don't really even care about
Just
that
tell them that you're
much?"
grounded. Like, I can't. I'm
Yeah.
grounded. I
No,
got.
sorry, my blood contract isn't up yet. I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miss Mandy told me
Yeah.
I'm not allowed leaving.
Yeah. Miss Mandy said she would be really mad at me.
Yeah, sorry. I don't need no more. She will. But that would be this haunt life is so addicting. I love it so much. Now,
Mhm.
so one more question before we head off here. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Teaching
Oh my
Mandy.
God. I think definitely within the next 5 years, I see it in myself to take on an apprentice. I would love to travel more and see more haunts. I think in 5 years, I'm still going to be learning so much. I want to go to different states. I've been invited to a couple haunts, and every time it's like, oh my God, I'm learning so
Yeah.
much. I'm meeting so many new people. I've, picking up new acting styles and yada yada. Like, when I went to Penhurst, I found out they have little bells on their makeup station for the new person, when they like want a new person in their seat.
Yeah.
So I got myself a little bell for my station, and I am obnoxious. The makeup team hates me when I have that thing.
We just yell
'Cause
face. That's all we yell.
it's that or someone get your ass in my seat
Oh
right
yeah, yeah.
now.
We've used that one before. Oh man. So do you have any questions for us or anything?
What gave you guys the idea for like a haunt tailored podcast?
Oh God.
That would be me.
Yeah.
No, back in we argue about this all the time.
18
We go back and forth 2018, 2019. 2018
is when we start talking about
when we started talking about it, and honestly what really got it in is because I've been haunting for over 34 years now. And during that time, I was kind of like taking it slow, and I really wasn't doing anything. And I was just chilling one day, and he needed help up at the clown house, and it was during the off season, and he needed some help. Nobody would come help him. Plus, he knows me. I am Tim the Toolman Taylor. I'm tool savvy.
But before he even goes, I haven't really talked to him
Yeah,
prior in like 5 years. But this shows how
like haunt.
this is how like reliable he was.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like literally, he calls me, "Hey man, I need your help. Nobody will come help me. Can you come up here?" I was like, "What do you need?" You know, that way I know what I'm doing. You know, so I prepped everything, came up there and helped him. And next thing you know, just being back in the clown house, it was like, boom. And then I was like, okay. So later that night when I come home, I'm just sitting in my basement.
This dude's on his phone.
The studio wasn't even up yet. Literally, it was in a corner of my basement, just a big open basement. I was like, dude, we got to do more with this, you know, as far as year round, we got to do something. So we sat down and started creating things and names and just all this other shit. Then we started designing different character shit. And next thing you know, that following year in 19, you know, because I was helping him behind the scenes in 18, and then 19 was my first full year working out there with him at land. And it just, again,
It wasn't, I wouldn't say it's a happy mistake. It was just one of those things where, you know, we talked about it. I'm like, I have a lot of knowledge up there when it comes to haunting. You asked me something about math.
yeah.
No. You asked me about a haunted house or a production company. I got you.
Oh yeah.
And, you know, him and I just like with his building techniques and his ability to just create, and then like a lot of my haunt knowledge, and we just like feed off of each other. We created something, and it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was an accident because he came up with an idea of, you know, let's like do a little talk show or like a radio station thing, and we didn't know we didn't know anything.
Hell, even for the first few years that we were doing it, it took us forever to find our niche and, you know, really
and you know what?
go with it.
We didn't really understand on how to go upon it, and it was right underneath our nose the whole time. Haunting. Why? Why are we trying to do other things when the stuff that we love is right?
Well, also too, we had a lot of people coming at us at different angles. Hey, you guys do this, do this, do that, do this, do that, and we weren't listening to what we needed to do. And then it was like, I don't know, a year or two ago, someone kept telling us like, dude, you just need to find your niche and really just stick to it. So we did try to find it, but then
which was our first season on Spotify.
Yeah.
That's why it was so random of a bunch of shit. But when season 2 hits, that's when we started focusing on haunts.
Yeah.
And that's when it just took off. And then
after Trans World this year is when it really took off and really just blew up for us. And
because the thing was is like when we first started doing our podcast about haunts, we were just talking to owners across the country.
Yeah.
And it was cool. And we got to hear their story and stuff, but it didn't really get us anywhere because you got to think like with owners, they don't run their pages. They have a team sometimes. And some of these haunts that we've talked to, they have millions and millions of dollars in these haunts. And in reality, it's like, did they care about us? But it's like, it's just another podcast. They've been on the news. They've been on this.
Yeah.
But with one thing that I came up with, I was like, I know what to do. Let's talk to the people that run the fucking haunts, not the owners.
The souls of the industry.
Souls. And then that's when I found Dinwiddie. And then that was when everything just took off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So here we
Yeah,
are 6 years later, and I love it. Either if you, and it's not about the numbers. If you guys have, 5.5 million followers, or you have 300, it doesn't matter.
I want 5 million followers.
That's what Zombie had, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's a whole.
Oh yeah,
Jesus, and she was
he's a
awesome.
sweetheart too.
Oh yeah, she's such an awesome person. But it's just to hear other people's stories, what they go through, how they came across doing it, and who they are as a human being, just to let people understand that we're not all monsters. We're fucking made monsters.
Yeah.
100%. We are who we are. And that is probably the most important thing about every aspect about being a hunter. You are who you are. And if you're afraid to be who you are, go be a hunter.
Yeah.
That'll change it.
Go
That
do
would
it.
change it. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, gay, straight, trans. Be who you are. And that's what makes a hunter. 100%. But other than that, we appreciate you. Thank you for that question. That was
We don't get too many questions.
no, we don't. That's why I like asking. I like asking just so like we can, get it out there. But I appreciate that. But other than that, we really do appreciate your time and taking time out of your day and doing this for us. And we're looking forward to speaking with all the other employees at Laurel's House of Horror and hearing their experience and where they came from and try to ask them some confusing questions. Or some questions to really just throw them off. But we like doing that. We like to dive deep. We like to get to know people, know people, bond with them, and really just understand why this is important to us and to you guys. But other than that, Steve, do you have anything?
Nope.
All right. Well, that's it. Then.
Awesome.
Well, thank you so much, McKenzie. And
Thank you, guys.
I'll keep you updated on when we post it. And then once I go home, which I'm about like 20 minutes away from here, I'll go home, start uploading it, and then I will shoot you a message with the link for Spotify and YouTube, and then go from there.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on. I really enjoyed the opportunity to come and talk with you guys.
Hey, the pleasure is ours. We love it. Thank you so much. It was awesome. Thank you.
All right.
Have an amazing day.
See ya.
Bye.
You too.
Guys, that was MacFX from Laurel's House of Horror. Touch your body, touch your body, touch your body. Sorry. I want you to take me to Funky Town. How to get that out? Cool. Well, that's the show. I'm shaking. No, guys, that was MacFX from Laurel's House of Horror. I always had a plural. What a sweet girl. Just to hear what she wants, how she wants it. She wants to have an apprentice to teach. And just for her to really express herself is very important. And we always want to make people to feel comfortable with us because we are who we are. It's very important. And why does it sound different over here than over here? Look at that.
That's because it's not side.
That is sorry, that's ADHD kicking in. I didn't take my medicine today. But no, guys, she's got a lot going for her. I don't know if you guys haven't seen any of her art. But please, for the love of God, get on Instagram and do me a favor and get on there and type in Mac, MACFX _ ARTISTRY and follow her. Her makeup is by far it's cool because you get to see the journey as it progresses. And for her to God, dude, that's a badass makeup. The clown. Sorry, my brain. I'm just looking at her art. But other than that, dude, watch her shit, look at her stuff, give her a follow. She is got a huge future ahead of us. Do not stop, McKenzie, because it only gets better from here. Get as many connections as you can. Get as many learning experience.
I'm going to hit this button.
And always ask questions. Always ask questions. And I can tell you ask questions because you know why I know? You know why I know? It's because your work is fucking amazing, and you are going to be an amazing haunter, and you are going to be that person to finally have that apprentice. And you know what? You are who you are, and that's fucking awesome. Sorry, I'm like, there's a lot going on in my brain right now. Other than that, guys, that was MacFX, and I appreciate her so much for coming on. And guys, let's go, dude. I love this journey, Steve. I'm sorry.
Tomorrow starts October, fuckers.
Tomorrow, next episode is John. I don't want to say his last name because I might say it wrong, so I'm going to just call him John, the owner of Hell's Gate. Chicago.
Okay.
I'm pumped because we get to hear his story in the theatrical.
Huh?
I'm really pumped. We're really excited.
Hopefully you'll take your medicine more.
You know, I kept that last pill for a reason, Steven.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got to get some more on Friday. Hey, dude, no mind. Other than that, thank you so much, guys. Thank you, House of Laurel, for giving us the opportunity of talking to all your lovely people. They're such an amazing people. I haven't found one that's bad yet. You fucking fool. You just want me to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm too lazy to hit the button, so just, yeah.
All right, guys. My name is Arthur. That is Steve. I'm Snags. That's Sweets. And we are the Dark Carousel Podcast, and this carousel never stops spinning. Bye-bye.
See you guys. See ya.
This ride on the Dark Carousel may be over, but the horrors are far from done. The next nightmare is just around the corner. Stay tuned for the next episode of the Dark Carousel. Let's fucking ride on the DCP!